Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So what we're going to do today is set up a little bit of a range. One of the things I've always wanted to do since coming to this land was set up sort of a gun range that I can use to practice and teach my kids firearm safety and firearms handling. And so that's what we're going to do today. I've done a lot of shooting in my life. I was a certified firearms instructor when I lived in the state of Missouri and was qualified to teach basic firearm safety and concealed carry training. I've run a lot of gun courses, did IDPA in the past. And so this is something I've always wanted to do, to be able to set up some sort of a gun range at our homestead here. And so, when you first move to a homestead like we did, for the first year or two, you're basically in survival mode. You're trying to get infrastructure built, water and all the, food production, things like that, the garden, all that stuff comes first priority. But now that we've got a lot of that established, I want to be able to put in a gun range that I can use on whenever I want to. And so this last week, we had a fall feast here, and someone built this nice little shelf here on, between these trees. They cut down a bunch of wood and nailed them, in place. And so it looks really great, and I came out and I'm like, this would be a perfect place to set up a little, some targets for target practice. And I went into town and I had a welder put together this little steel plate, just cut me a steel plate and drilled a hole in the middle and some holes here, and I can put this up. And I'm like, I looked at these trees, and I'm like, yeah, that'll work perfectly. I can set this up against these trees here and have a little steel plate that I can use for target practice, for pistol training. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put the steel plate in and get this little station set up for, basic firearms training. Now, eventually, what I want to do is set up a course. I've done a number of courses. Like I said, I've done IDPA a little bit, dabbled in IPSEC a little. But one of the best ranges I ever went to was a little place called the Little Piney River Gun Club, I think is what it was, up in southern Missouri. And I loved their course. It was a 2-gun course where you took like an AR-15 and a pistol, and you went through and you cleared some rooms, and then you went outside out of the rooms that you were clearing, and then you went through a course. And I kind of want to mimic that. I think at some point maybe I'll take you guys up to the Little Piney Gun Club, Little Piney River Gun Club, and walk you through that course, and then take that design that they built sort of and replicate it here somewhere on the mountain. So at some point we'll do that. But for now, this I think will work as just like a little basic training station, and so that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to basically screw some screws in here, hang this up, and see how it works. Okay, so there we go. We've got a couple lag bolts in there. These are some hickory trees, and this is some really heavy plate steel. It's really kind of heavy to lift up. And what I've done is I've kind of left the target back or forward of the trees, because you don't want the target up against the trees like that. You want it to be forward so that the target swings back and deflects the rounds or what's called splatter, down to the ground. It's just a safety feature. Most targets, if you've been on a lot of ranges, they will be swinging targets, and they will swing like that to deflect the splatter down to the ground. I've been on a lot of ranges, and I've been hit by splatter before. Normally it doesn't hurt. It's just, you feel it, coming back at you, depending on your distance from the target. But that's why you wear safety glasses and goggles. So when you're shooting, nothing gets in your eye. But it's always good to have your targets built in a way so that they swing back and deflect that splatter to the ground. Most of the time when you get splatter, it's because they did not make the target to where it swings back. And if you build your target to where it swings back just a little bit, it's going to deflect that splatter right into the ground and won't hurt anybody. But there you go. We'll put some lag bolts in there, and they're there, and I'll probably put some sort of spacers between the backing and the tree so that it can't be pushed back. But these are just small 9mm target rounds. They're subsonics, and they're not going to have a lot of power, I don't think, to push this heavy steel plate back against the tree, and it should swing down fine with no issues whatsoever. But all right, well, we'll give it a whirl and see how it works. there you go. Worked pretty good. No damage to that steel. It did push it back a little bit, but you know, not very much. And it swung down pretty well. Now let me show you the splatter on the ground because I can see it right here. Okay, now here's the base of the tree. And if you look down right there, there's some of the splatter. Piece of the lead. And there's some pieces of copper jacketing around. So the splatter is going right down to the base of the tree. Here's another piece right here. Right, even closer to the base of the tree. Right there. So that's what you gotta worry about getting hit with. And so that's why you make your targets able to swing out or swing back from you so that it directs that splatter right to the ground. There's another piece over here. Right there. So that's just a safety issue, folks. Wanted to build a range. I've been on a lot of ranges, and so I know how to build one, and I know how to make sure that make it sure so they're safe. It's really important. Plus, because my kids are going to be training on this too, and other targets that we set up. So I want to make sure they're safe, I'm safe, and anyone else who's on the range is also going to be safe. So when you build these things, make sure you direct the splatter down to the ground. So there you go, guys. We got our first range on the Homestead. I mean, who would not? I mean, it was one of the biggest things. When I got a Homestead, when I got some land, I wanted to be able to shoot on it. I wanted to be able to have some kind of range where I can go out there and shoot anytime. I am a gun enthusiast. I am part of what is called the gun culture. Have been for many, many years, and I've always wanted to have my own range and make it a good one. So hopefully we'll see some more of this stuff in the future. I got another video coming out soon for some a company came out and donated some ammo to us, and we're going to do a review on that here shortly. And I got some really cool stuff in store for you on that. So, all right, good deal. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button below the video. It really means a lot to us. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Now you can support An American Homestead by becoming a patron. Visit patreon.com/An American Homestead to see all the benefits of becoming a patron of our channel. You'll get access to private videos, pictures, and even live question and answer sessions that you can participate in. Some patrons will even receive free gifts throughout the year from the Homestead. Visit patreon.com/An American Homestead to check it out and see the rewards of supporting our channel.